Hey there! I am here to talk about something that in the formal world of economics is referred to as opportunity cost. So if you're trying to learn about opportunity cost, this might be a good video for you. But in the real world, and for some of the examples and the best way that I can explain it and really help people to understand it, is like that game that you played growing up called Would You Rather. So it's like, would you rather, in a very, very simple and more PG version, you could say, like, would you rather eat an apple or an orange? It's kind of like that, but a little bit more detailed. And a lot of times comes back to some form of financial gain, loss, advantage that you're trying to discover in determining the opportunity costs. So for instance, instead of saying, would you rather eat an apple or an orange, let's say you were given $2, and with that $2 you could buy this really amazing apple, or you could one apple, or you could have these two kind of like mediocre oranges. So that's when you have to ask yourself, okay, what is of more value to me given my situation? What is the opportunity cost of choosing that apple? Well, when you pay the $2 for that apple, because you only have a finite amount of resources, a finite amount of money, dollars in this example, when you choose that apple, the opportunity cost and what you have forgone are those two oranges. So instead of thinking it all in terms of currency, you can think of it in terms of things of, gain, loss, and what you are foregoing in making the decision that you're making. So a more formal example that is often used in business is, let's say you have like a machine, or you have the option of using, you're trying to decide if you want to use a machine to do certain types of labor for your business, or if you want to use people to do certain types of labor laboring and production for your business. So a lot of times that comes back to cost and efficiency. If it costs less and it's more efficient to use the machine, then oftentimes the business owner is going to choose that machine, and their opportunity cost, what they have foregone in this instance, is the option of using human beings to do the work for them. And the same works in reverse. Like, let's say labor is really, really cheap, like the minimum wage is $5 an hour in our given example of an economy. Oftentimes you're going to have that many more people employed because it's usually, opportunity cost-wise speaking, that much cheaper and more efficient to use human beings in the form of labor, because it's a lot cheaper for them to use labor. I mean, one of my favorite examples of this was my junior year. One of my economics professors was talking about opportunity costs in the form of having your lawn mowed, and was like, okay, well, would you rather, without any background information, he just asked and posed a question, would you rather use a lawnmower or hire a bunch of people with scissors to cut your grass for you? And everyone was like, well, obviously the lawnmower is the more efficient choice. And he's like, okay, but what happens if labor is 50 cents an hour? Then yeah, you might actually consider foregoing the lawnmower and the investment that is the lawnmower and the expense that is the lawnmower, and instead hire a bunch of people with scissors. So that's a fun example of opportunity cost. And it's a good way to view the world around you in terms of decisions that you're trying to make when it comes to anything, especially from a point of view of energy. And you're only one person. Cloning hasn't proliferated to the point where everyone's got a few clones that can do everything they want on a daily basis. That's not a reasonable scenario. I mean, you're only one person. You only have so much energy that you can dedicate to in your life on a day-to-day basis. So think of your energy, which is a very, very valuable commodity, as and your expenditure of that energy in terms of an opportunity cost and things that you are foregoing by choosing to spend your energy the way you are. And I hope by doing that that it helps you make more fulfilling decisions on how you do spend your life and spend your energy and spend your time in a more basic sense. So yeah, instead of working 70 hours a week and, earning money accordingly, you opportunity cost wise could have been spending that energy, or a portion of that energy, spending more time with your family or your friends. But it's all about what you value and what is important to you, but it's a good way to put things into perspective by using opportunity costs. So on that note, take care, and I hope you spend your days in the most fulfilling ways possible.